I'm going to demonstrate programming a W3230 digital temperature controller to use for low temperature charge protection in a generic lithium iron phosphate battery project. This project was covered in another video, so I included a link to that description below. Alright, let's get started. On our W3230 digital temperature control module, we can set the parameters by pressing and holding the set button until it displays P0. Now you're going to notice that it doesn't take long and it jumps back to the main display. So we have to operate or program this fairly quickly. So we're going to repeat this. We're going to hold the set button down. Now if we tap the set button, each time we tap it, it'll go to the next programming parameter. So going back to P0, it'll cycle through. We want this set to C. If you use the up button, it'll change it to heating mode. And if you press the down button, it'll change it back to cooling mode. But we want the cooling mode. So now we're going to hit the set button and it will program it. Oh, actually I jumped out of it. You hold the set button again. And this now we're going to press it till we get to P1. This one we want to set to 1. This will be 1 degree Celsius, which is our hysteresis. And then we're gonna next set P2. This one we want to put down to just 10. This will be 10 degrees. This will be our upper, oops, went too far. This is going to be our upper level. Yeah, this thing flies. I say programming this thing isn't the easiest thing. You just gotta have a little patience with it. So we got set. So what we did is, so that is our upper limit. That means we can't set it to a temperature setting greater than 10 degrees Celsius. And then we're going to next do P3. This is going to be our lower limit. So I'm going to raise that. And you can put it at 0 for 0 degrees Celsius. Come on, go. I wish when it scrolled it went a little slower. So otherwise I'm just having to click it. I usually put it at 1 degree. 1 degree Celsius. I don't want to set it any lower than that. Okay, then when it's done, now we're going to repeat this and we're going to go check and see what our parameter 4 setting is. It's at 0, that's fine. So we're going to move on to delay start. I like to put this up to 10, which is the maximum. That means it's going to wait 10 minutes after the temperature is good before the relay will re-energize. That just gives us a little added buffer there when the so if the battery is cold and it's warming up, it's going to wait 10 minutes before it'll allow the battery to start charging. Okay, let me hold this down. Okay, so now we're going to go to P6. This should be off. That's alarm temperature. It doesn't really have much function other than make the display flash, which can be annoying. P7 is going to be the data lock, which for now, whoops, I went by it. Let me go back through. So right now it is off, which we want to leave it off. P8 we do not want to set to on, because if we go to on, it'll clear out everything we put in and go back to the factory defaults. Okay, so now if I just do a quick set, we can actually set our set point. And I'm going to run this down. See, now it only let us go down to 1. And if I scroll up, it only let us go to 10. But I like to put it at 4.4. See if I can get it together. I always zip by it. That's what I do not like about this thing. If If you hold the button, it just goes way too fast. And it takes a while clicking the button. So I like to put it at 4.4. Remember, this is degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So that gives us some buffer with the battery to make sure the battery is warm. Because most of the times when we're going to be using this sensor, we're going to be putting it to the case of the battery and not actually on the battery cells themselves. So there's also always the possibility that the case could be a little bit warmer than the cells. So this just, like I say, just helps give us a little buffer to make sure we're warmed up. Now if we want to lock, say, that 4.4 set point in, we can hit the set button and then tap it till we get to P8, or excuse me, P7, and then we can set that to on. I guess I got to do the down one to on. So now that it's on, it shouldn't let us, oh, I held it too long. I just want to tap the set button. So if I just tap the set button, yeah, see, it won't let us go in to change the set point. Instead, it just like goes automatic right away to P0. But you can't change any of the settings other than the P7 or the P8 factory reset. So anyways, this unit now will be locked where we can't change anything. But if we want to make changes, what we're going to do is tap till we get to P7, and then we're going to change that to off. So now that our lock is off, now when we tap the set button, now our set value flashes, and then we can make changes to it, except I wasn't quick enough. So now we can make changes to it if we want. Okay, so yeah, that was programming our W3230 for our lithium iron phosphate battery protection.